You know that feeling when you finish a meal and instead of feeling satisfied, you just feel heavy, like your stomach turned into a brick? Maybe you've even started dreading certain foods because you know what's coming next. The bloating, the discomfort, that sluggish feeling that lasts for hours. Well, if that sounds familiar, you're not alone. After 60, our digestion changes, and suddenly foods we used to enjoy can turn into real troublemakers. But here's the good news. Once you know which foods to avoid and why, you can start feeling lighter, more energetic, and yes, even enjoy your meals again without regret. That's exactly what we're covering today. I've helped thousands of seniors reboot their digestion, and I'm sharing the top 5 foods that might be slowing you down, starting with one you probably eat every single day. Food number 1, processed white bread and pasta. Let's talk about that morning toast or sandwich bread. It's soft, it's comforting, and it's basically glue for your gut after 60. Here's why. White bread is stripped of fiber during processing, the very thing that keeps food moving smoothly through your system. Without it, digestion slows to a crawl. One of my clients, Martha, 68, told me she ate toast every morning because it was gentle. But when we switched her to sprouted grain bread, her chronic bloating vanished in 3 days. The fix? Try sourdough, the real fermented kind, or 100% whole grain bread. Look for at least 3 grams of fiber per slice. And for pasta lovers, swap regular noodles for lentil or chickpea pasta. You'll get double the protein and 5 times the fiber. Food number 2, fried foods. Now this one might sting a little, because who doesn't love crispy fries or fried chicken? But here's the hard truth. After 60, fried foods are like throwing sand into your digestive gears. All that oil coats your stomach and intestines, making it harder for digestive enzymes to break food down properly. And it's not just fast food. Even healthy fried foods like tempura veggies or pan-fried fish in heavy oil can cause trouble. But here's a game changer: air frying. My 72-year-old neighbor Bob swore he'd never give up his fried fish until he tried air frying with just a spritz of olive oil. Same crunch, 0 bloating. If you must fry, use avocado oil. It handles heat better than most. Now these first 2 changes alone can make a massive difference. But there are 3 more sneaky foods that might be sabotaging your digestion. And one of them is something most people think is healthy. Let's talk about that next, because this is where things get really interesting. Okay, let's talk about the food that tricks so many well-meaning folks over 60. Something we've all been told is the ultimate healthy choice. I'm talking about most store-bought salads, especially those with crunchy toppings, dried fruits, and fat-free dressings. Now, I can hear some of you saying, but salads are supposed to be good for digestion. And you're right, in theory, but here's where things go wrong. Food number 3, crunchy salad toppings, croutons, raw veggies, seeds. Take a typical senior lunch, a Caesar salad with croutons, some raw broccoli florets, and maybe a sprinkle of sunflower seeds. Sounds harmless, right? But after 60, 3 things happen. 1. Croutons equals processed carbs, just like that white bread we talked about. 2. Raw cruciferous veggies. Broccoli, cauliflower produce extra gas as they break down. 3. Whole seeds and nuts often pass right through without being properly digested. A client of mine, 70-year-old Richard, was eating a healthy salad every day and suffering terrible bloating by 3 p.m. When we switched to steamed green beans instead of raw broccoli, swapped croutons for roasted chickpeas, and ground his seeds into a powder, problem solved in 48 hours. Here's your golden rule. Cook your veggies lightly, steaming is perfect, and chew nuts, seeds thoroughly. Or better yet, use nut butters or ground flaxseed. Food number 4, dairy, the hidden culprit. Now this one's personal for me. For years, I thought my afternoon yogurt was doing me favors, until I realized it was why I felt like a balloon by dinner. Here's what happens after 60. Lactose intolerance increases dramatically. With age, over 65% of seniors have it. Even if you're not officially intolerant, dairy's heavy proteins slow digestion. But wait, before you panic about losing your cheese or ice cream, try aged cheeses, Parmesan, cheddar. They're naturally lower in lactose. Switch to lactose-free milk, Erdishan or almond, chocolate, coconut yogurt. Take lactase enzymes when you do indulge. Pro tip: warm milk digests easier than cold. My 80-year-old aunt still enjoys her nightly cocoa, but she heats almond milk with real cocoa powder and a dash of honey. No bloating, all the comfort. Now we've saved the most surprising digestion wrecker for last. Something you might be drinking every single morning thinking it's helping. Let's tackle that next, because this one change could be your biggest aha moment yet. That morning cup of comfort, could it actually be slowing your digestion to a crawl? For many of us over 60, this daily ritual might be the hidden reason we feel sluggish by noon. Let's talk about food number 5, traditional black tea and coffee. Now, before you panic, I'm not saying you need to give up your beloved morning brew completely, but here's what most doctors don't tell seniors about these drinks. The tannins rise in black tea, and to some extent coffee, can bind to food and slow digestion. Caffeine dehydrates your intestinal tract, and at 60 plus, we're already prone to dryness. Drinking these on an empty stomach triggers acid production that can irritate digestion. But here's the good news from my 73-year-old yoga instructor, Carol. When she switched her first morning drink to warm lemon water and waited 30 minutes before her tea, her chronic constipation disappeared in 5 days. Try this gentle morning routine. 1. Start with room temp water plus lemon wedge. Awakens digestion. 2. Eat a small fiber-rich breakfast, like oatmeal. 3. Enjoy your tea. Coffee after eating reduces acid impact. Bonus tip: choose green or white tea. They have fewer tannins but still give you that gentle caffeine lift. The Digestion Rescue Smoothie. Now let me share what I call the Senior Digestive Rescue Smoothie, packed with ingredients that actively help your system. In a 1/2 banana, potassium prevents bloating, come 1/4 avocado, healthy fats lubricate digestion, 1 tablespoon ground flaxseed, fiber plus omega-3s, 1 cup almond milk, calcium without dairy issues. Pinch of ginger, natural anti-inflammatory. Blend it up for a breakfast that actively helps rather than harms. My 81-year-old neighbor Gene swears this gave him more energy than his old toast and coffee routine ever did. Your new digestion-friendly lifestyle. Now that you know these 5 key foods to avoid, remember, don't overhaul everything at once. Pick one change to start. Hydration is key. Aim for water intake equal to half your weight in ounces. Movement matters. Even 10 minutes of walking after meals helps. As my favorite 94-year-old client, Dorothy says, it's not about eating less, it's about eating right for the body you have now. So tell me in the comments, which of these foods surprised you most? Your experience could help another viewer. If this helped you, pay it forward by sharing with a friend who might be struggling. And remember, every small change adds up to big relief. Here's to happy digestion and even happier meals ahead.